In this video, I'm going to be trying sea fishing. Now, I've done a fair bit of freshwater fishing, but sea fishing is still a whole new kettle of fish for me. Before this video, I'd only attempted fishing in the sea twice, once using a ledger setup and the other just spinning off the quay wall, both times resulting in blanks. There's a lot of similarities between freshwater fishing and sea fishing. The rigs aren't massively different, although the tackle is generally heavier, but there is a lot more water to contend with, which makes it, theoretically, harder to find the fish. So rather than committing to just one method, we decided to try a bit of everything. We started by spinning with a selection of lures, moving around and casting into any water we could. The basic idea was simple: cast out, work the lure back and hope for the best. We tried different colours, sizes and styles of lure, changing the speed and depth of the retrieves as we went. But one of the challenges with sea fishing is that you are looking at a huge area of water with very few obvious clues. Apart from that other people are fishing the same spot, and some of them looked like they knew what they were doing, even if we didn't see them catch a thing the entire time we were there. Still, lure fishing is a great way to cover water, and every cast comes with a bit of hope that that might be the one that lands a fish, even if the only thing we were actually catching was seaweed. After giving the lures a proper try, we moved on to some pier fishing. Fishing from a pier immediately gives you access to deeper water without needing to cast particularly far, or even casting at all and just simply dropping the rig off the edge. There is also plenty of structure to target with piers, around the legs and underneath, which can attract smaller fish and anything hunting them. We tried using mackerel feathers and small spinning lures and could see some small fish following them around the pier legs. We just weren't able to land any. I then popped back to the tackle shop to get some advice and to get some proper bait to try. We then kept the setup fairly simple and tried fishing close to the pier legs using a very simple leisure setup with small size 4 hooks and some ragworm. I actually managed to hook a fish using this setup, but the little managed to snag me up and break me off. Oh, it snagged me. Broke me off. But it was progress. This was as exciting as it got, and so I turned the cameras off and packed up. It was at this point that Kieran was free-lining some worm and managed to actually land one of the small fish we'd seen around the pier legs. A real blank saver. I also had a go and managed to get one too, just not on camera. But here's the proof. Look at that. Huge. We're still not sure what it is though, so comment below if you can tell us. Next, we headed down onto the beach. But as the beach was still quite busy, we cooked some dinner, which included some locally caught, not by us, sea bream on the barbecue. We've got squid and ragworm, and we're just going to cast it out and see what happens. Now, I've used Google Maps to see if we can spot the deeper spots and the shallower spots, and we think we've got a plan. So probably, quite understandably, I don't own sea fishing gear, so we're making use of all the freshwater stuff, which includes a rod pod as our tripod, which I think should work. I don't know. It definitely went. There we go, first catch of the day. Look at that. Lost my squid, caught a load of seaweed. So we are fishing at the moment with squid. If you can see that, they are just whole little squids. Eyes and everything. Cutting them up a little bit, put strips on the bait of a pulley rig that we're trying to cast out as far as possible. It is currently 10 to 10, so there's still quite a lot of light, and we'll go a bit closer when it gets darker with some flapper rigs with ragworm and squid. So we're moving, well not moving, so we're adding in a flapper rig, which is one up, one down, one on the bottom, one in the water, squid on the top one, and then lovely ragworm on the bottom one. It is now 10 past 11. It's very dark. We've been going hour and a half-ish. Don't know how long we're gonna go for, but we've moved spots. So where we were before was very weedy, extremely weedy, and we think from where we've been sitting on the beach earlier that this is a particularly shallow, sandy bit, theoretically. There is some weed here, but maybe it's not as far out as the other lot was, so we'll see. But we look like we know what we're doing. Definitely don't. So we're gonna call it a night. Didn't catch anything, but not completely surprised. Very much made it up. Relied heavily on ChatGPT and Google Gemini. And that's just the way it goes. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, and let us know what I should do next in the next one.